All right, Depopulation Agenda Club of Rome.
We are so far, globally, we are so far above the population and the consumption levels which can be supported by this planet
Which is
that I know in
BS.
one way or another it's going to come back down. So I don't hope to avoid that.
Why don't you start with yourself?
I hope that it can occur in a civil way.
It could very well, like a civil war. It could very much start in a nice, pleasant manner. Just, uh, just Dr. Kevorkian yourself. You want to depopulate this world, just like Bill Gates. You could start with yourselves, bitches. Lead the way. Show us by example. You could delete yourself. Show us how it's done. But you won't, will you? You want us gone. You call us useless users. You POSs, you.
And I mean civil in a special way, peaceful. Peace.
No, like a mostly peaceful way? Is that what you mean? What do you mean? Peaceful? Well, it's chemtrailing us like to the nth degree? Like making the chemtrail stronger where it's quiet, planes are quietly spraying us and we die? I mean, what do you mean by peaceful? Like drink the Kool-Aid? Jim Jones, Guyana tragedy stuff? What do you mean by peaceful, huh? Or mostly peaceful? Like war? Like destruction? What do you... I really, I loathe these demons.
Doesn't mean that everybody's happy.
You'll be happy. Now we're not going to be happy. No, we're not going to be happy.
But it means that conflict isn't solved through violence, through force.
What conflict? The conflict that you're saying that we're overpopulated and you have to get rid of us? So you're saying we're not going to do it by force? Well, I know you've been poisoning the air, poisoning the food. I mean, slow kill and frequencies everywhere. But what do you mean, huh? You're going to cause quote unquote natural disaster? I mean, what is this demon saying?
But rather in other ways. And so that's...
What other ways? Take your quaxine? Huh? Your updated version of the Guyana tragedy, Jim Jones drink the Kool-Aid? Huh? Cross over to the other side? Quaxines? Silent weapons for quiet wars? That sort of thing?
What I hope for.
That you hope for?
That we can... I mean...
Why don't all you assholes, you demons, start with yourselves? Just delete yourselves. You want to depopulate? Well, okay. Start with yourself, bitch.
The planet can support something like 1 billion people, maybe 2 billion, depending on how much liberty and how much material consumption you want.
That's fake news. God said be full, not fruity, and multiply. All right?
To have. If you want more liberty and more consumption, you have to have fewer people.
Well, according to that video that I showed not too long ago, the 8 billion people supposedly on this plain planet, tomato, is not real. It's actually like 4 billion. So it's not overpopulated. Most of this world is not populated. Most of this country, the United States, is rural. Hardly anybody in a good chunk of the United States. Okay? There's a lot of places you could drive from hundreds of miles and just see cornfields. Hardly any people. It's not overpopulated. That's a hoax. That's a lie.
And conversely, you can have more people. I mean, we could even have 8 or 9 billion probably if we have a very strong dictatorship, which is smart. That's, unfortunately, you never have
dictatorship. Listen to this asshole.
Smart dictatorships, they're always stupid. So, but if you had a smart dictatorship and a low standard of living, you can have it. But we want to have freedom and we want to have a high sentence, so we're going to have 1 billion people. And we're now at 7, so we have to get back down. I hope that this can be slow, relatively slow, and that it can be done in a way which is relatively equal, so that people share the experience and you don't have a few rich, trying to force everybody else to deal with it. So those are my hopes. I mean, these are
such a hopeful, such a
pretty pessimistic hopes.
Such a great guy, huh?
But, that's what lies ahead.
I had hopes too. I had hopes of doing a video that I want to do tonight, but it's gonna take a lot of time, and I don't have that kind of time right now. So I'm gonna push it to tomorrow, concerning what this POS was talking about, depopulation. With that said, I gotta say this: Cambodia. I think I saw the headline. Cambodia, the fifth, is it fifth fake bird flu case was in Cambodia. Or was that the fifth one overall in the world? It doesn't matter, but it's a fake virus, but that's still percolating in the background. I want to ask you guys. Ooh, I breathed. I had a troll say, "Oh, I can't watch this video because he breathes every 10 seconds, or I sighed, or whatever." Yeah, it's late. I'm tired. What are you doing to help wake people up or anything? Or sound the alarm, trolls? I get tired of this nonsense. We have zero time. What do you think is going to happen between now and, say, July 4th? Do you think anything serious is going to happen? Do you think there's going to be some kind of false flag? Do you think there's going to be massive depopulation this year? How do you think that's going to happen? I keep hearing that there's so much deportation of these invaders, especially the ones that work on farms, that farms are shutting down, and expect massive food shortages because of all of a sudden massive deportations off of farms. That's what the liberals are saying. That illegals / invaders who work on farms are being scooped up, in particular, and farms are shutting down. And so that's going to cause food scarcity. You buying that? I mean, let me know. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be an EMP? Put that in quotes, EMP. All I got to do is put a little fireworks show up there. I mean, I guess they could do an EMP, but all I got to do is shoot some fireworks up in the air and shut the grid off in a certain area. Huh? Or all over the United States, or just the whole United States. What about Iran approved shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, which isn't the first time. I mean, they did something like this back in 2011, or threatened, something like that. But that will cause, according to a video I watched, Epic Economist, catastrophe. Like if it lasted any length of time, worldwide depression, economies crashing, things spiking through the roof. Everything spiking through the roof. Electricity, everything. It just would be total meltdown of the world. Keep in mind that they want us to own nothing and be happy. Keep in mind that they want us to eat the bugs in the next 4 years, if not sooner. Keep in mind that they want us gone this year. Right? 2025. Deagle.com, Georgia Guidestones. You heard that bitch. Get the population down. Try to do it in a peaceful, humane way, as if. What do you think? And I'm not, for those of you on BitChute in particular, don't be a troll or anything like that. This is serious. This is very serious. I've been doing this for a number of years. Other people have run their channels longer, way longer than me. Do a heck of a lot of research. They devote pretty much their entire lives to researching every little thing about this, and know a lot, and have been posting videos about this longer than I have. All right, so there's a lot of people out there that have been trying to get out the truth, and we have no time for, oh, he breathed the wrong way, or he said one too many times, or any of that nonsense. That's troll-like. If you don't like a video, just move on with your bad self. All right, go watch a game, go play your video games, or whatever. We're at. Do you see what's going on in this world? You got this stupid fake bird flu. You got supposedly invaders on farms. They're working farms, crops and all that, are being scooped up by ice. because I guess before the invaders got there, no one else worked on farms. I don't even know how. I think that's bullshit. It's all anyway because the liberals saying that, but whatever, whatever. You got farms supposedly shutting down. That we're gonna have food shortages like you've never seen before. Make your head spin. That's why they've been saying prep for years. This is all the different stories coming from different angles. You got the woke agenda that you saw. You got borders open, which was a UN invasion of their army over the last 4 years. You got sleeper cells. Sleeper cells. Let me tell you something. Sleeper cells been a thing for decades, but it's gotten even worse over the last 4 years. So you got, for me, saying bomb Iran is ridiculous. That's ridiculous because, first of all, this Israel versus Iran shit since 1979. Old hat. I was a kid coming home from elementary school in Brooklyn. The news, black and white TV, the news every day. The Iran hostage of, I think, our reporters, Israel, the Khomeini, blah blah blah. It never stopped. Okay, whatever. Then you got sleeper cells in here. You got actual. Do we not have terrorist groups from other countries actually have camps here that are like practicing and all that? Our government doesn't know about that, but yet we know about that. They know. Do you think something big is going to happen between now and July 4th? Independence Day. Put that in quotes. For those of you that have been here since like the get-go Geico 2021, you knew that every night for 2.5 years, I make these long videos, cram as much information together. Whether the video sucked or not, a lot of you stuck with me at the time, and it was exhausting. I'm not doing that, and I haven't done that since like summer of 2023. Because I'm living my life. Okay, I'm living my life, and that's what you should be doing. But I'm going to get the information now, so you might not see flashy or images in the background giving you an example of what I'm talking about, like a lot of channels do and like I have done. You might not see that as much anymore. You might just see me talking like this, which is easier for me because I'm living my life. It's a lot easier for me to do this than put together these videos and this clip and that clip. That takes a lot of friggin' time, man. And that's something we don't have. Time. We don't have a lot of time because they have an agenda, right? Yes, trolls, if you're out there, I took a deep breath. Maybe you should too and relax. I get so the comments sometimes they've kind of tapered off a lot, but just every now and then there's one that slips in. I went and listened to my video. Someone said, "Oh, it sounded breathy," or I was sighing a lot and it was annoying. Well, number one, I'm in a place where I can't really be loud. All right, be my normal self. So I have to control. So everything's controlled, and it's just different. All right, wait till tomorrow night. Just wait, Lord willing. So my question to you is, and plus it's this is more like a closed box that I'm in, so you can kind of hear me breathing more than I would in my other setting. That I whatever. We don't have time for stupid. We don't have time for petty little shit. I don't like this. We don't have time. My question to you is, what do you think is going to happen this year? Supposedly Iran's got bombed 3 nuke sites. Put that in quotes for bit shooters. I don't know. You got this age-old Iran versus Israel nonsense, and that gets old. Let them duke it out. You got sleeper cells here. You got all this nonsense going on. You know that they want to delete us. They want to get rid of us. Okay? And blame it on some boogeyman, which would be Iran. which was, sleeper cells and terrorists were allowed in here for the longest time, were being set up. Are we not being set up? Because it feels like we're being set up. There are channels out there like Epic Economist saying, we could wake up tomorrow and literally not have any gas. I just saw a video where there's a place in Kentucky, and there was another part of the South, I think, that power stations or just catching fire, and that town had no electricity. None. Like, to me, that looks like micro attacks. And I've talked about this 3 or 4 years ago. I mentioned it. I didn't mention it. I made videos on that. Because I came across boots on the ground information saying this is what's going to happen. They're going to attack this. They're going to attack police stations simultaneously. These terrorists, these sleeper cells. It's going to be done to take that America, because they have to, right? It's almost like America was a test. This is only a test, and now the test is over, right? They watched us. They watched America during a fake virus in 2020. They watched America, the most heavily armed country, get locked down and basically did nothing about it. Most of America, even the good old boys, just the good old boys, never meaning no harm. I'm in the shopping center in the parking spot watching you, good old boy. Got your boots on, got your hat on, camouflage. I'm thinking, yeah, man, this is Americana right here. Badass. These guys ain't gonna take no shit. He ain't damn sure ain't gonna put on his face diaper. I'm watching it. Guy had his pick him up truck, reached in his pocket, shook off his face diaper, put it on. I was like, you son of a bitch. You guys, it's over. New York City. You talking to me, man? You talking to me, huh? You look at me like that. What are you looking at? If you look at someone, when I grew up in New York City, if they thought you looked at them the wrong way, they'd be like, what are you looking at? Huh? Bowing up and all that. Face diapers. 2020, 2021. Face diapers. To this day, I go to grocery stores, face diapers. So it doesn't matter if there's a gun behind every blade of grass. So what? Do you understand this? So again, America's just lulled, asleep, for the most part. There's some of us that understand what's going on, but is asleep. Is asleep at the wheel. So, I pose a question. Where do you think all this is headed? Where do you think it's headed? Are you going to wake up? Are we going to wake up and there's no gas? Word out on the street. Go look on YouTube. There are channels on YouTube. I mentioned Epic Economist. Power stations going up in flames, just like that. A squirrel did it in one town in Kentucky. A squirrel. Seriously? A squirrel can take you down? Mama said knock you out. We'll send the squirrel to knock you out. A squirrel. I thought the squirrel was just trying to get a nut to move your butt. A squirrel. In another town, substation went on fire, and they said it wasn't a squirrel. It was, I don't know, they gave some cockamamie reason. But then there's so many ways they could make this happen remotely. Just cause a fire here, shut down the substation here. There's just so much going on. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it. I'm trying to. I just know this. They want us gone this year, right? They want no food. They want you to eat sea bugs. If you happen to be lucky enough, put that in quotes, to live here, right? They want you to stack them and pack them cities, smart cities, prisons, open air prisons, right? They want a population from 500 million. They keep saying we're overpopulated. No, we're not. No, we're not. That's fake news. But that's what they're saying. So, do you think on July 4th, our Independence Day, a false flag is going to happen? So massive, so big, that because about, I think, what do they say, 70% of, is it Americans or Christians? I think it's 70% of Americans are not for getting in any conflicts, I'm not for bombing Iran or anything like that. So in order to, a la World War II or Gulf of Tonkin style, etc., cause a false flag, that'll be done by, well, your own government, the enemies within. And then they blame it on bum 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 Irene, all this nonsense, right? To get us all on board. Oh my God, how dare I was against you bombing Iran. I mean, I was against Iran being bombed, but now that Iran's been bombed, attacked us here, yeah, let's do it. No. No. I've been saying this for the longest time. The enemy has been within. We don't need an external country doing anything. The enemy within, which is, our elected officials, our you could deep state, or just say, or I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Those within our country, those are in certain positions and all that. Not everybody knows. Our society is compartmentalized too. Government's compartmentalized. So not everyone's in the know of all this. But what I'm trying to say is the enemy's within. All right? You can't. The enemy within allows our borders to be wide open. The enemy within allows terrorists to have camps, training camps in our country. The enemy within, etc., etc. The enemy within, but they can blame them. It's not the enemy. It's not gonna say, "Hey, yeah, we did it." No, they're gonna blame them. So they're gonna blame Iran, huh? For the grid to be down. I don't know. What do you think? Keep your comments civil. That's what I got for you. Keep them respectful. Seriously. I'm researching as much as I can, doing as I can, as I try to live my life as best I can for what that's worth. Don't be a troll out there. Do you think something is about to happen? A shoe, a big shoe, a 9/11 shoe like we've never seen before. Worse than the one back then.